Hey, the family recipe that I'm sharing today is my grandmama's birthday cake. This cake is a homemade pound cake with made from scratch vanilla icing. It has been used for countless weddings and birthdays within my family for generations. It also won the best recipe in the Emmett Grove Baptist Church recipe book, and this is a really big deal for a small town, southern city of Brooklet, Georgia, that grandmama had the best cake in the cookbook. It's all about tradition, and as far as I can tell, there's been no evolution of this recipe. We still use the same cookbook to make it from the 1970s. This cake has been used for my birthday for many years, even after my grandmother has passed. According to my mom, growing up was hard, and they never had birthday presents and rarely had birthday parties, but they always got this birthday cake. Even after my sister passed away before her second birthday, Grandmama made a replica of this cake using plaster with pencils and yarn serving as candles to go on her grave just for her birthday. As Paul Rosen stated in his article, The Meaning of Food in Our Lives, food comes to serve functions other than nutrition, becoming what he calls a social vehicle. I would consider this cake to be a social vehicle in that even though it is not famous to the world, it served for a time as famous within the local church my family grew up in for every wedding, and it was used to gather family together around one person's birthday. By virtue of this being a dessert, almost all of the ingredients are processed and, in my opinion, unhealthy. But if I were to make changes to better fit my beliefs about health and diet, I would start by not using margarine or Crisco. Instead of Crisco oil, I could use coconut oil, and I would try to make the cake without margarine or a replacement. Maybe I would incorporate a little more natural butter. There's no need for that many processed ingredients. I would also look to use stevia instead of sugar, as Professor Velasquez-Runk mentioned when she was making the cupcakes. And since I'm a college student, I don't exactly have all the space or funds to make this cake as big as it's been for our family to eat. So I would experiment with creating a smaller version of this cake by splitting the ingredients in half or maybe in thirds. And the icing uses 2 boxes of powdered sugar, and that cannot be healthy or natural. So the right thing to do in this situation is to not even use icing. As hard as that is to grasp, a cake without icing, I feel like after watching the movie we watched in class, the sugar film, I've seen that trying to make a healthy version of something not healthy is not necessarily the smartest thing to do. And so it might not even be healthy at all. I don't even know if I can trust labels anymore after all the things I've learned so far, and it's only the beginning of the class. So I'd probably not eat the cake with icing unless it's for a very special occasion, like a family wedding or something. And with using less butter and sugar and not using icing, it probably wouldn't be as sweet. So I would probably add strawberries or something like that to cut up for some fresh fruit to go on top of the cake.